Your support means everything to us. Right now, nearly 90% of our viewers watch without subscribing, and that's why we need your help to keep creating real, heartfelt stories. Tap the subscribe button, ring the bell, and let us know in the comments where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear. Now let me tell you something personal. Can a marriage that seems flawless collapse in an instant, without warning? Absolutely. I lived through it, and here's how it unfolded. Violet and I had known each other since our school days. We were in neighboring classes and grew up next door. What started as childhood friendship slowly blossomed into love, and, over time, something far more profound. We were each other's first love. She waited for me while I served in the military. When I came back, we both attended college, and only after graduating did we finally get married. We handled the wedding costs ourselves, without leaning on our parents. We wanted independence, to build life by our own rules. Children weren't part of the plan yet. We figured maybe at 30 or 35, but not before. Sleepless nights and baby bottles just weren't on our horizon. We saved diligently for a house, but when we applied for a mortgage, the bank turned us down. So we made a temporary decision. The property would be under my father's name until we paid it off, then we'd transfer it to ours. My luck felt unbeatable back then. Our incomes gradually rose, but we never rushed to clear the mortgage early. We bought one car, then a second. Since I worked as a freelance programmer, we registered everything under my parents' names. It felt simpler that way. Why not in Violet's name? Because she had no one left. Her parents had died in a tragic accident, their car spinning into oncoming traffic on a slick road. Their loss shattered Violet, and me too. I had grown to deeply admire them. Clawing her way out of that grief took time, but eventually, we found our rhythm again. Ours wasn't a dramatic marriage. We rarely argued. We solved things calmly, never petty fights. I used to joke it was almost too peaceful, maybe even dull. Until one day, everything changed. It came out of nowhere. Violet snapped. She usually went shopping on her own, picked everything, loaded the cart, and hauled it home. I didn't mind helping occasionally. But that day, when I struggled to push the loaded cart toward the car, she suddenly exploded. "These bags are ridiculous. I could have wrecked my back," she shouted through angry tears. I tried to soothe her, but she jerked away. "If you'd just called me, I'd have come, and you could finally handle it yourself for once," she cried, storming toward the door. "Where are you going?" I asked. "I'm drained. I'll stay with Aurora for a while," she said flatly before leaving. I felt ridiculous. She stormed off over something so minor. But deep down, I knew this wasn't really about groceries. Something bigger was eating at her. I didn't push. I thought she'd talk when she was ready. Weeks passed in silence. I called, I texted. Nothing. By the third week, I gave up trying. 2 more weeks dragged by before her best friend Aurora showed up at my door. The very place Violet had been hiding for 6 weeks. Aurora breezed in with a smug grin. I never liked her, and right then, I liked her even less. "Did Violet send you?" I asked. "Nope. I came myself," she said, dropping onto the couch, legs crossed suggestively. I stayed calm. "Aurora, just tell me what's going on." She hesitated, then suddenly leaned forward, pressed her lips against mine, and even tried slipping her hand down my pants. Shocked, I shoved her away and shouted for her to leave. "You're such an idiot," she snapped, folding her arms. "I was trying to save your marriage." Her smirk widened as she revealed the truth. After losing her parents, Violet wanted to rebuild her confidence. She joined a dating site. That one date turned into something far more intimate than she planned. Now ashamed, she couldn't bring herself to face me. Aurora went on. "If you cheated too, maybe you two could start fresh again," she teased, proud of herself. My patience snapped. "Get out, and take Violet's things with you. Tell her to stay out of my life." Aurora laughed. "This isn't just your place, it's hers too." "No, this is my father's apartment. That car she's been driving around on her dates? Mine as well. Drop the keys in the mailbox and stay out of my way." I slammed the door behind her. At first, I felt nothing. I had grown so used to life without Violet that her absence barely registered anymore. Sure, she played the victim, but I'd always suspected she wouldn't leave without a bigger reason. Now I knew. Oddly, it made things simpler. The divorce was quick. There wasn't much to divide. She tried calling, but I ignored every attempt. I wasn't giving up the car. When she pushed, I threatened to involve the police. That's when she hurled the keys at me along with a stream of insults. And that was the end. I never imagined it would collapse this way. But it did. Life didn't stop for me though. So, if you connected with this story, don't forget to like and subscribe.